So you've decided you want to join the Royal Marines or the military. Now I'm going to give you 5 practical tips to help you get ready for it. First tip we're going to look at is being outside in the open elements, things like camping. So really try and start getting outside a lot more. When it's raining, start going out for your runs in the rain. If you can camp, that's absolutely great. Get used to being in bad weather over a weekend. We live naturally sheltered lives. We're always trying to keep as warm as possible or as dry as possible. So if you can start changing that, then it will really help. When you're in, obviously, the military and the Royal Marines, you'll be out in whatever weather. When I went through, we were in -19 on Dartmoor, snow up to our knees, up to our hips, trying to yomp in it. And we were snowed in for like 2 or 3 days. So really important to start getting used to being in rubbish weather. Number 2, get used to training daily. If this isn't already something that you're doing, it's really important that you start getting used to it. If you'll join the Royal Marines, training becomes your life. Everything you do should be around your training. Daily at a unit, you'll be training with your troop in the morning, or your company in the morning, and then you'll go and do your own phys later on in the day. So it's super important you start getting used to increasing your volume and intensity in your training. Even if you start with 20 minutes a day and gradually build up, make sure you're trying to train every day. Also, recovery is super important. Number 3, recover correctly, eat correctly. So it's all well and good training obviously every single day, but if you're not getting the required sleep and the required nutrition, and you're not giving yourself that rest, then it's all for no reason. Adaptation happens when we recover, not when we train. So if you're not recovering correctly, then you're doing a lot of training for no reason. We're looking at minimum 7 hours sleep a night, and you want to be hitting closer to sort of 8 or 9 hours if you're training really intensely. Also, nutrition, high protein, foods that are going to deliver performance, good performance, not just junk, living off McDonald's, foods that are poor in nutrition. So obviously if you want to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. If you want to gain weight, calorie surplus, but you also want to be eating nutritious foods as well. Number 4, research, including map reading. So if you were going to join any company in the world, you'd look into that company, you'd look into who the bosses are, you'd look into company policies, what things they've been involved in the past. This is exactly the same if you join the military. You want to know who you're joining, what organisation you're joining, what their history is, what their current things are doing. Don't just think of like, I've got to pass this interview, so I've got to do the research. You want to know as much as they want to know about you, you want to know about them. What you're getting yourself into, what sort of morals do they have, ethos, what have they been involved in? You want to know what you're getting yourself in for. You're going to be putting your name to this organisation. You may even well be putting your life on the line for this organisation. So you want to know what you're about to get yourself into. Also, regardless of what service you're joining, map reading is so important. Just get the basics squared away. You don't need to be an absolute ninja at map reading, but just learning about compass, learning about 8-figure grid references will super help. And just get nailed. If you go on the YouTube channel, the Royal Marines have got really good map reading videos. So just watch that a few times and that will help. That'll be enough. Number 5, get up early and set a routine. So we're looking for 7 to 9 hours sleep every day, but you want to be getting up early. That means you've got to go to bed early. One of the biggest shocks when you join is the fact that not only are your days absolutely packed, but you're going to be getting up super early. So if you're used to getting up at like 10 a.m. and then all of a sudden you join the Royal Marines and you're getting up at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, it's going to be a massive shock to you. So start trying to nail bedtimes, trying to get up early. If you can do training in the morning, that's absolutely great. So if you say, right, I'm going to start going to bed at 10 o'clock and I'm going to be up at 6. If you're getting up at like 11 at the moment, knock it back an hour every week until you're at about 6 o'clock. Get up, go and smash your run, come home, get some scran, do your mobility, and then go to work or wherever it is. And that will mega help you when you join. What we're trying to do with all 5 of these points is just get you a bit more acclimatized to military life. You don't want to go in as an absolute super civvy to all of a sudden you're having to, you're training more than ever, you're sleeping less than ever, you're working harder than ever. You want to get as close to the military lifestyle as possible before you join, so that when you get in, it's a lot easier for you. All these 5 points will massively help you get a little bit closer to that military life. and just make it easier when you transition over. Hope that's helpful, guys. If it is, please like and share, subscribe, and then any videos you want to see, chuck it in the comments box. And yeah, any advice you want as well, just chuck it in as well. Cheers, guys. See you soon.